Okay, so here's what's going on before I fire up the truck. I have a pocket chip that is currently powering my Pro Trinket that's in that mess of wires up there. Probably see it about right there. Let's see if we can't get it to focus. There we go, there's our Pro Trinket. And that is currently connecting to my pocket chip with a serial connection, so any data that is going to be coming out of that should be printing to the screen here, assuming that everything is working correctly. And you can see that my connector is back there, the red one that has been 3D printed to fit this Nissan connector here. Alright, well, there's some good news. I am logging data on my serial connection, so that's fantastic. Plugs in there, but for some reason my mode switch button isn't working. It thinks that it is constantly being pressed. So yeah, I've still got a little bit more work to do here. That said, the cool thing is I am able to go through and record the the timings on the flashings for what mode the ECU is in. So that means I can actually go through, parse my logs, and find out exactly how much time to wait between the different modes that the ECU is in. So, somewhat helpful. Okay, well, after a semi-successful test on the truck itself, there's a couple things I need to figure out. First one is what's going on with this jumper here. I had it originally during testing because I needed to supply 12 volts to the blue wire that's over here, because that is the positive for the ECU mode switch that these diagnostic boxes that Nissan originally supplied years ago would have used to go for modes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But for some reason, this shouldn't be working, because this is supplying voltage, which eventually makes its way to this green wire here, which should be going through this switch. And for some reason, whenever I was doing the testing, it was acting as if this switch was pressed, even though it wasn't. So, could be a faulty switch, could be something else. I'll have to go through and do some more digging on my little test rig over here. The other thing that I need to figure out is, when I did find out that this was causing trouble and I pulled it out and did something like that, it would act as if the switch was still pressed. So I don't know if it sounds like almost as if there might be some voltage coming out from somewhere else that is causing trouble. I have to do a little bit of debugging. But like I said, hits and misses. As far as the hits go, the logging functionality actually worked fantastically from what I can tell. So I'm going to be digging through that information to see if I can find out what it is that may be causing the LEDs to trigger, because I was able to switch the ECU to mode 5 and I was able to get log times actually for when the ECU LED was the green or red ECU LED was active. So yeah, we'll keep going.